Welcome back to another GT Homes exclusive. One of the questions we often hear is, what is delayed occupancy and how do I know if I'm eligible for delayed occupancy compensation? Great question. When you purchase a pre-construction condo, you will receive a Tarion addendum with your agreement of purchase and sale. All of the dates related to your closing can be found on the first page of this addendum, which has the statement of critical dates that must be signed by both you and the developer. The statement of critical dates clearly indicates when the developer expects to finish your unit and the latest dates that are permitted to be extended. The statement of critical dates indicates 5 occupancy dates, including the first tentative occupancy date. This is the anticipated date that your condo unit will be ready for you to move in, as agreed upon by you and the developer. Subsequent tentative occupancy dates. The developer can extend the first tentative occupancy date on one or more occasions by setting a subsequent tentative occupancy date. If the current tentative occupancy date cannot be met, a final tentative occupancy date must be set within 30 days of roof completion. If the final tentative occupancy date cannot be met with 90 days of written notice, the developer can extend the occupancy date one more time for up to 120 days by setting a firm occupancy date. Firm occupancy date. This date is set by the developer with 90 days notice if an existing tentative occupancy date cannot be met. This date may be set within 30 days of roof completion date as an alternative to setting a final tentative occupancy date. The firm occupancy date cannot occur after the outside occupancy date. Once a firm occupancy date has been set, the developer usually won't extend this date. However, if they need to extend the occupancy date once more, they can do so by setting a delayed occupancy date. If you reach that point, then you're eligible to receive delayed occupancy compensation. The outside occupancy date. This is the latest date that your developer agreed to provide you with occupancy of your condo unit. You and your developer agreed upon this date at the time of signing the agreement of purchase and sale. Your developer may extend the occupancy date multiple times without paying compensation to you. However, they must provide you with 90 days notice of each extension. The developer must follow specific rules for setting a new occupancy date, which can be found in your Tarion addendum. The developer must also take all necessary steps to complete construction and register the declaration and description of the building without delay. The developer can extend occupancy dates due to an unavoidable delay. An unavoidable delay is a special circumstances where an occupancy date may need to be delayed through no fault of the developer or the purchaser. The COVID-19 pandemic is a good example of an unavoidable delay, when construction needed to shut down for a short period of time. If such a delay occurs, the developer is allowed to extend all deadlines and occupancy dates by up to a length of the unavoidable delay period, without paying delayed occupancy compensation. The developer must inform you from the beginning of the delay, provide an estimate of how long it will last, and give you a written notice as soon as the delay has ended. So now that you understand the 5 occupancy dates, let's talk more about the delayed occupancy compensation. Every developer of a new condominium in Ontario must provide a delayed occupancy warranty to buyers at the time the agreement of purchase and sale is signed. Through this warranty, the developer is guaranteeing that your condo unit will be ready for occupancy by a mutually agreed upon occupancy date or by an occupancy date that has been properly extended. You're eligible for delayed occupancy compensation if occupancy occurs on a date after the firm occupancy date, or you exercise your right to terminate the agreement of purchase and sale due to a delay as permitted by the addendum. In this case, you're also entitled to a full refund of all money paid that includes deposits, upgrades, and extras plus interest. More information about the termination of the agreement of purchase and sale can be found in your addendum. This amount is payable up to a maximum of $7,500, which includes payment of $150 a day for living expenses for each day of the delay until occupancy date, or until the day of the purchase agreement is terminated. The payment of $150 a day is a fixed amount that can't be changed. Receipts for living expenses are not required. Compensation is also payable for costs incurred by you as a result of the delay. For example, additional moving and storage costs. Receipts for these costs must be provided. Additionally, if the developer fails to give you 10 days notice of an occupancy delay, you will be compensated in the amount of $1,500, which includes $150 times 10 days. If you're entitled to delayed occupancy compensation, you can make a claim to your developer within 180 days of your occupancy date or the date that the agreement of purchase and sale is terminated. If the developer does not pay your claim, or if you and the developer are unable to agree on the amount of compensation payable, you can make a claim to Tarion during the first year of possession. There's a lot of information about your rights as a buyer and your Tarion addendum, and that's why it's important to get this document reviewed by your pre-construction lawyer. To learn more about delayed occupancy, check out our website. This has been another GTM's exclusive. Remember to subscribe and to visit us at gtahomes.com.